Welcome to New Earth. We are here. I ask that all available angels be with me now and be with all who see this video or even feel the vibrations of this video. I ask that any and all negativity be removed between me and the viewer, between me and anyone anywhere. I ask that the energy field around you be cleansed, around me be cleansed. I invoke Mother Goddess. I invoke Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Goddess Diana, Goddess Sedna, Goddess Hecate. I invoke the love of God. I invoke the love of God. I invoke the love of God. I invoke Mother Goddess, all available angels and archangels of the highest vibration and light, goodness and purity. I cleanse any negativity. And so it is, amen. For you and for me. Great Spirit, I ask that you be with us as we feel the excitement of the new, as we let go of the old, as we release our suffering, our trauma, our grief, our trauma bonds, our old relationships, as we release anything negative or low vibration out there in any way that we do not prefer, that we do not enjoy, that harms us, or that keeps our frequency in any low vibration. And so it is, amen. Spirit, I ask that you assist us to know that we are worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. And so it is, amen. Thank you, God, for loving me today. Thank you, God, for solutions today that were not available yesterday. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. Spirit, I ask that you bless us and comfort us as more and more is revealed to us. I ask that you neutralize the collective fear and turn it into joy, permanent peace, permanent abundance. We are here. I am here. Mother Earth is blooming with a purity and a frequency that we as humans have never experienced before. Blessings. Blessings to you all. This is so beautiful. Can you feel the shift in Mother Earth? We have arrived. We are here. It is time. Are you ready? What does being ready look like? It looks like being your authentic self. Spirit, assist me. Ask Spirit. Say, Spirit, assist me to bring me the money that I need. Bring me the housing that I need. Bring me the vehicle that I need. Bring me signs and synchronicities. Bring me what I need to have the life I want, to leave the situation that I'm in, to move to a better situation. Ask Spirit. This is a free will planet. You have to ask for what you want. You have to let your intention be known. And I wish that for you. It's pure intent and high vibration. And so it is, amen. All those old programs and fears gone. It's a new way of everything. All of the medical cures will be available. They'll be coming in. All of the technological things that have been hidden from us are coming in. They'll be allowed. We're here. It's time. Don't be afraid. New financial system. new way of knowledge, new way of learning, new way of transportation, new way of healing, new way of cleansing the air and the water. No more will we be suppressed. No more will our pineal glands be calcified. No more fear-based society. No more hive mind. No more oppression. Individual divine sovereignty for you, every single one of you, and for me. We are here. We've made it. New animals. You see new animal species. You see changes in your own anatomy. You see physics changes. Oh, there's a planet? Didn't even know that planet was there. Oh, there's that organ? We didn't even know that organ was there. You're in a new version of Earth. You've moved to another dimension. You've moved to a higher vibrating timeline. And there's going to be a lot of people in mass around you personally that you know, in your community, and around the world as you know the world to be. They're going to leave your version of this planet. A lot of people are going to cross over. Those who are corrupt and dark and make rulings in the judicial system or in the any sort of system of the governments of man, or that they make decisions based on their own dark hearts, and they're not going to be with us anymore. They're going to leave our version of Earth, or we're going to leave theirs. But it's going to look like they've crossed over. They can't handle the density. They can't handle the corruption. They will never be honest to what they've done. They will never be authentic. They will never have authenticity. They will never be true to themselves. They cannot stop feeding the political machine, feeding the fear-based machine, feeding in the dark. They can't stop being corrupt or jaded. They can't stop oppressing victims. And yes, I say often that we are not victims, we create our reality, but as we're moving into this next thing, the logic, like say a court scenario, there's an obvious person that did these things and an obvious person that didn't. And the corrupt judges will look at the facts and rule against the obvious, against the logic. They say there's going to be a return of constitutional law. Well, to me, this is like removing the darkness, the dark judges, the dark nonprofits, the dark healers, the dark in every genre, even the dark light workers, the dark star seeds. Anybody that is dark and hurting other people and not living their authentic self is going to move into a different version of Earth than you're in. And to where your reality is, that might seem like a lot of people crossing over. A lot of people have already crossed over. A massive amount of people have crossed over since 2020. We are here now. We are now here in 2025. Here we are. It's glorious. We've made it, Starseeds Lightworkers. We've been working on this for decades and decades. We're here now. We're free. In order to be able to perceive this new reality, we have to be bold enough and confident enough to be our authentic self no matter who leaves our life. You might think that you need certain things for money or certain things for food or certain things for to conform to what society or what the rules are. Tell Spirit to expand that for you. There are no rules for you. You've created this by what you've allowed. What do you need? Do you need money to move on? There's always going to be food. There's always going to be a way. Spirit is providing for you. Ask for it. Open your mind to the possibility that you can just wake up tomorrow and everything has changed. Wake up in a timeline where you have plenty of money to make that move you want to make. You have plenty of money to have vehicle or freedom. You have that whatever solution you need to your health or to a relationship right? How relationships that are suffocating people. I was thinking the other day that I've been in many relationships where I wouldn't have cared what the person said at all if they weren't supporting me. Meaning, like, she gets to have an opinion on my writing, on my creative, on what my carvings, my prayer, my songs, anything I do, she gets to have an opinion on it because she pays the bills. Or because what? You're in a relationship, right? No, you have to absolutely now, no matter what, be bold enough to be you. It doesn't matter who leaves your life. They don't get to have an opinion on who you are. Oh yeah, they can go and tell their friends, oh, you're this and you're that. But if that opinion's directed at you as that they're your authority figure, I don't think you should be sitting there like that. I don't think you should. My ex used to say, I don't think that you should let your hair touch the wall because it's going to make a grease spot. Sick stuff like that. Like just this constant parenting, right? They get with someone else to be their big daddy, their authority figure. And they call that marriage, and they call that love and relationships. It's not. You do not need a handler. You do not need someone to oppress you and to put rules upon you every day of what you should be doing, should be eating, should be taking, should be cooking, when you should be home, when you should leave home, when you're allowed to go, where are you going, where have you been, should we buy this, should we buy that, should we eat this, should we eat that? You don't need that. If it's fun and you enjoy that with someone, it can be beautiful. But in my experience, there's usually one person who has the money, who is older, and they make the rules. And then the other person's suppressed and just like, okay, well, yeah, I thought I really liked that, but I guess I didn't. Oh my gosh, thank you for teaching me. I guess I really didn't like that. Which could be anything. Could be food, clothing, books, something that you like. You pretend you don't like it, and then they're like, okay, yeah, well, I've convinced you to come to your senses, right? Because otherwise you can't, have food. They've convinced you that you're nothing before I met you. You would be nothing without me, even if you're the one making the money and paying the bills. I've been in situations like that where like I'm creating the money, but I'm creating the money with her money, right? So I'm like, say real estate, say buy something for $100,000, sell it for $400,000, right? But then that's her money. So then she'll use that gain or whatever to then control me. Help others in my family. She would give money for things, but she wouldn't like give me chunks of money that way because she wanted to control me with money. And so you're going to be free from that. And when we have basic income and universal high income is what they're saying. When you look into stuff, well, Nasara, Jasara, but there's just so much more. It's all going to be the finance, everything is just, you're free. But you have to do these things. The things you have to do is be your authentic self. You have to have the guts to be yourself, no matter who leaves your life. Okay? And you have to be self-aware. Who am I in this situation? What do I believe? Right? You have to be independent. Let go of that baggage. Let go of what other people want your life to be. Open up to the possibility, if you can't just flat out open up to it being a fact, that you can wake up in a completely different reality tomorrow, or you can wake up in a completely different reality after a nap. You can just be, can you believe that you can just wake up in the home that you want to be in? Well, I can't believe that myself. So I'm not there yet. But I can believe that I can wake up in a timeline where those options start opening up to me, where like you get some things in the mail, or you start, maybe someone donates you a house, or I can believe certain things. So where is your belief? And to keep opening that. Spirit tells me that whatever now we can believe, we can have an experience, but there's some things I just can't yet believe, right? And it was in stages for me believing the good things could happen. Like I can't believe good things can happen. Then good things start to happen, and you start to believe good things can happen. Then you can believe more good things can happen. And then these miracles, like miracle phone calls, or like instead of waiting on the phone for 4 hours, or someone is there instantly, or they'll, you just reach the right person in the right moment. There's these supernatural things that happen, or, when you're feeling scared about food or something, something will just appear, not from the fear, but from the intention. And as more things, good things happen, why I do that is because, whether it's good or bad, we make those labels based on our own personal life. But the more that good things started happening to me, the more relief I started to get, getting food, getting housing, getting a safety away from the gang stalking hive mind, that I was experiencing in 2011, 2012, that just would not stop, from all different directions, just coming at me, trying to silence me and bully me, and because of a big free speech case I was in. And once, I guess I kind of forgot what I was saying. I know that I gave my power away to that. It was really hard for me to fight it because it was coming from every single angle of my life. And I ended up living in a car for many, many years. And then as soon as I got back into regular life, they popped up again. Those same gang stalking attorneys. And if you know, you know. So we're going to be free from all that. We are free from all of that oppression now, but we have to believe. So how can I believe that good things are going to happen when bad things keep happening? So when you focus on the good thing, more good things happen. And so it was like, wow, all of a sudden there's opportunity to have food. All of a sudden there's help with gas. All of a sudden there's housing. All of a sudden things lift, and the more things that lift and the more things that are good, the more you know that good things can happen. And so just know that ask Spirit for signs and synchronicities, and show you, every day, that you want a permanent income, permanent housing, permanent income, permanent housing. If you need to get out of the situation that you're in, just affirm every day, every day, every day. Spirit says, say it once, with pure intent. But if you got that monkey mind that's constantly trying to think of negative things, just bombard it with positive things. It's worked for me. I do have that sort of mind. We can conjure up anything we want in our life right now. We have to believe we can. And we first have to have the confidence to, leave the situation that we're in. Ask Spirit to help you. Why are you staying somewhere where you're miserable? Why are you still in a home with someone where you feel so alone? Because you're afraid to be alone. Well, I'm here to tell you, being alone is so much more bliss than living with someone and feeling alone, or walking on eggshells. Everything I say, I have to please her, or, whatever. I have to, to wear something that someone else needs you to wear, eat when they need you to eat, sleep when they need you to sleep. Always, everything you want to do can't really be spontaneous because there's someone else there that you're kind of feeding off of. And so, if you're not enjoying that, don't stay in that. Do whatever it takes to get away from that person. And that is step one to being your authentic self. And again, I never mean your minor children. But find a way to be your authentic self and quit faking it. Quit pretending that you like that show you don't like. Quit pretending you like to cook those dinners you don't like to cook. Quit pretending that you're somebody you're not to please somebody that you're never going to please. Quit trying to contort yourself into someone else's version of you so that they're happy. They're always going to change the goalpost anyway. It's not your job to make other people happy. Quit walking on eggshells so you don't upset someone. Oh, I can't say this, I can't say that. They might get upset. Just get them out of your life and say what you want. Okay? if that's who you really are and you're suppressing that part of you all the time, so someone around you doesn't get upset and leave and withhold love and kisses or money or withhold, a vehicle or withhold food, if you're walking on eggshells to please someone else so they don't withhold something from you, pray to Spirit to get you out of that situation. Have the courage to get out of that situation. It is highly abusive for you to do to yourself willingly, to sit in a situation where you never know what's going to upset someone. Never knew what was going to upset my mom. Never knew if she'd wake up in the morning and be upset with my dad, or a dream, or a hangnail, or a lost file, or a lost, watch, and she would be a tirade. Never knew if she'd come into my bedroom in the morning, if she was going to be mean to me and yelling and screaming and throwing some fit and breaking shit, or if she's going to be peaceful, mom, we're going to have fun, okay? If that's what you're with as a partner or a date or a lover or a friend, you call that love or you call that friendship, it's not. It's abuse. You have no way of knowing what's going to upset someone else, okay? You walk on eggshells because you want to make sure and say the right thing. So in that scenario, we get some things that it's okay to say. So I could say, it's just an example. Oh, I love pickles. Oh, it's a beautiful day today. Which is a weird example because that might upset somebody too. It's a beautiful day. It is not a beautiful day. But at any rate, if you know there's safe things to say, like, oh, I'll make dinner tonight. Or I like pickles, or, oh, I love wearing that green shirt. It's examples of, you start to learn the things that the person likes to hear, and then you start to say those and repeat them. And you become automatic in your outer self. And then when you're away from them, you have a secret life, right? You might watch the videos you want to watch, read the books you want to read, drive around in the woods or go to the city or do whatever that's your real self when you're away from them. Okay. If you're a teenager and they're your parent, but when you're married or you're in a relationship or a friendship, you don't have to be there. Leave now. If you stay there, you're not going to see this new earth frequency because you're too busy trying to make the person next to you okay. Oh my God, I don't want them to be upset. I got to make sure everything I say and do is okay so they don't get upset. Well, what if they just weren't in your life anymore? Problem solved. We are here. It is time. New earth is here. New financial system. New freedom. New portals. New timelines, new choice points, new templates for the overall structure of reality, new types of building, new types of transportation. Everything is new. Talk to the animals, talk to the trees, see what you want. Let the logarithm of the universe and the quantum creator God that is you create and manifest what you want your life to be. You do this first by freeing yourself from everything that is not you, no matter who you lose in your life. Again, not talking about minor children. Be bold enough to walk away from people if you don't enjoy being around them. Oftentimes, we please people. We want them to be okay. We don't want to hurt them. We don't want to leave them lonely. We don't want them to be sad. But we're willing for ourselves to be hurt and lonely and sad. And if you wait 10 years, 20 years, it's going to be the same thing when you eventually do leave. There's still going to be butthurt. There's still going to be all of the energy of untangling with people, whether you do it now or 20 years from now. Why are you staying in a relationship, situationship, housing, job, anything that you hate, despise, don't want to be in? Mostly it's because you don't know you have a way out. Tell Spirit to show me the way out. Show me the door, make it obvious. Bring me the money, bring me the resources and everything I need to move to that other reality that I want to be living in. Don't lay there hopelessly thinking you have no choice. You have free will. It is time. We are here. Untangle from all of those nets and ropes. Get away from people who everything you say upsets them. If you're telling a story about anything, or you have an idea, or you're visiting about something, and it's a landmine of which words might upset them, and they're going to turn on you, or withhold kisses, or stop talking to you, or touching you, or turn on you in any way, that person is toxic. That person is like a ticking time bomb to your peace, to your sovereignty, to your joy. Get away from that person. You don't need to heal them. You don't need to fix them. Someday they might realize that, oh my gosh, that person was really cool to have in my life, and it was me that was upset all the time, right? And they will rationalize, and someday they may heal, but you can't heal them. Okay, you do not know what is going to upset them. So you living in constant stress and walking on eggshells and afraid at any moment that they might turn on you in some way or remove you from their life or yell at you or berate you or bully you or say something mean or cruel to you because you've said something that upset them, but you have no idea what you said. You have no idea what will upset them the next time. This is an abusive way for you to live. Yes, they're abusing you, but more so now in this energy, you're abusing yourself because you're choosing to stay. Again, if you say, I have no choice because I have money issues, I have all these issues, ask Spirit to help you, to bring you solutions to those issues. If you just sit there and take it, then don't complain that, where's my money? Where's my new timeline? I don't see no new earth. I don't see no good things. All I see is my rights being taken away and everything is bad and everything is horrible. Then that's where you're looking. And so many of you that I've been spiritually advising, well, over years, but are you're bringing back people into your life who don't have the same belief as you spiritually. Political nowadays is spiritual, but so medicine, how you eat, how you live your life, your basic morals, your basic beliefs. They're going and they're bringing old friends back into their life that don't have any of that because they're scared. They're scared of being alone. You have to be alone. You have to get out of that relationship and situationship and be alone. Let your frequency adjust to the real you, then draw people in to the real you. Otherwise, you're just going to draw in another toxic trauma bond. So as you're out there trying to get the people that were in your life before and bringing them back in and going, well, it's okay that they have a different political belief, which in this day and age, for me, it's not okay. I'm not political, but the spirituality, the freedom of the Galactic Council of Light, the crystal skulls, the star seeds, the light work, so much now is intertwined in the political scene that if someone completely believes the opposite of you, that means they don't know about some of the darker energies of things that are happening. And I don't prefer to have those type of people in my life. I don't judge them. Their way of life is great for them, but I don't want them in my life. I don't want a relationship with them. Someone who's always gloom and doom about, what's happening on Mother Earth and the animals, and they look at every single thing as it's negative and bad things are happening. Don't want them in my life. Because I know that's not true and that's not how I believe. I don't want to sit around with someone complaining about how bad everything is on Mother Earth when I can see the joy and the beauty and the new light and the water and the animals and the trees and the bliss. And I am experiencing good things coming into my life, and I have the belief that more are coming in, and I work every day on every trigger and trauma and anxiety to neutralize and be the best version of me I can and draw the highest vibration of Mother Earth to me that I can. I'm not going to sit around with someone complaining about climate change and the next latest flu bug and everything that they fear, and just, and complaining about people in their lives and their parents and their partners and their spouses, and oh my God, right? And that's their chosen life. Don't want anything to do with it. And people will come to me and complain about their husbands. And they'll tell me how bad their husbands treated them. And I will give them a reading, and I will see more things, and more things will come up. And this has happened to me since I was 16. And my entire life, spiritual counseling, psychic readings for women, they're like, want to just constantly complain about their husband. And they'll tell me stuff, and other stuff I'll see, then they'll choose to stay. They'll make fun of their husband. They won't like him. They'll like, oh my God, he's just in there crying. He's crying in the bedroom, or he's crying in the garage, or he's just, or he's being mean to me, or he's yelling at, or he's, all these things that their husband does that they don't like. And then they go back home, and then they get in bed with him. Okay. I don't understand it. I've never understood it. And I mean, I was 8 years old, and because I was an only child and my mother put all of her stuff on me all the time, and, had big fits, and I'd always have to calm her down and make sure she didn't commit suicide and make sure she's okay. I got really good at that, and I did it for all the neighborhood ladies. And so I would sit down and counsel them, and I could see it. And sometimes they would forget that I was like 8, 10, 12 years old. Because I could see, it's obvious, right? And then the husband gets home from work, and then they make the meal and they do everything because they didn't feel like they had a way out. And maybe there was a time, okay, sometimes women couldn't even have checking accounts, okay? But you have a way out. So when you're telling me in these spiritual readings and psychic readings and spiritual sessions about how much you hate your husband and how much you hate the way he treats you and your kids and all of these things about him that you don't like, and then you go and get in bed with them, and then you're sexual with them, and then you stay married to them, and then come back to me and do the same thing again, over and over. I don't want nothing to do with those people. Eventually, and I'm praying soon, those people will not be in my reality. And the only reason they're in my reality is because I still have some baggage, some triggers and traumas that I'm still working on dissolving. Once I get rid of more and more baggage and become more self-aware and bold enough to be my authentic self, I won't be on a frequency where I'll even see people that do that. But in the meantime, I say, no, like I had these amazing pictures of this seal pup, just amazing. I sent to an old friend of mine. I just was so happy that I got the photos. The seal pup's there just smile, and he looks so cuddly and everything. And she went on a tirade about climate change and how the seal pup looked sad and it looks this, and she seen the whole thing completely different than me. I don't want nothing to do with her. I talk to her about anything at all is toxic, right? Money and things about. She don't mind if I commiserate with her, but oh yeah, like it's really bad. Yeah, it's bad. Everything's bad out there. Yeah, the financial system's bad. The climate's bad. The animals are bad. The air's bad. Everything's bad. Yeah, that's cool if we can both talk about that. But if I'm like, I don't believe that everything's bad. Sorry, not sorry. Don't believe it. And she gets mad. She's like, well, you don't know, and you don't read, and you don't study, and you're not up to date on things, and blah, blah, blah. We don't need these people in our lives. You think you do, because they might be your mom or your aunt or your bestie or your ex or your spouse, but you don't need them. Until you can get them out of your life so you can start being your authentic self, you're not going to draw your tribe to you. We talked about this the other day. I said it in other videos with my spiritual advisor saying, well, how do I draw my tribe of light to me? Well, you draw your tribe of light to you, number one, by being your own tribe of light. Uh-oh, Skadios. So, am I treating myself how I would want new friends or new lovers to treat me? Am I self-talking how I would want someone to talk to me? Am I allowing myself to do the things I want to do? Then will a partner allow me to do things? Like, am I wearing what I want to wear? Will I draw a partner to me that will have an opinion, no, you shouldn't really wear that? Like, am I letting myself be myself? And there's so much to it, but the key is being your authentic self, being self-aware, and being kind to yourself. When you, every single thought, go, well, if someone was sitting here with me, would I want them to talk to me that way? Would I let them? Would I even be around them? And no, I wouldn't. It's funny, I seen a video the other day, ironically, right? Just after I thought it myself. But I often sit here and I think, well, what would it be like if someone was sitting here with me? And I'm like, well, you know I'm working towards a more positive attitude of it all. Like, I know if I don't have a positive attitude about relationships or believe that I could have friends or lovers that actually would be kind to me and would really be interested and would really be not oppressive. And, I know if I believe that, I'd probably draw it. It just hasn't been my experience yet. So when I imagine someone sitting there, I'm like, well, yeah, but what are they doing sitting there? Are they like, I'm bored, or, which is what I do to myself. I'm like, I'm bored. Or they like, well, what's for dinner? Or, I don't like what you're wearing. Or, did you fart? Or what's that noise? Or if I'm coughing, like, are you okay? Or I'm choking on something. Are you okay? Are you okay? I mean, it's so weird when people do that, right? It's like, let me cough. I'm obviously still breathing, but I have to stop coughing to tell you I'm okay. It's nice sometimes to have someone checking in on you, but at the same time, I just imagine, like, if someone was here, what would they be doing? Like, and would I be at peace with it? And when I wake up in the morning, how does my rhythm align with someone else's rhythm? Are we going to be on the same page, the same person? Is their opinion about what I do, what I wear, what I say, what I eat going to affect me? Am I solid enough in myself and sovereign enough in myself that I will be myself regardless of what they think of me or what opinion they have? Like, if they don't like a shirt that I have, will I wear that shirt because I like it, or will I not wear it because I'm like, oh, I want you to like the way I look, and so I'm not going to wear that shirt because I want you to like it? And I've been that way, where I would just, the jackets or things I really loved, it's like, well, I don't really like that on you, or I think that's kind of weird, so I'll just, put it away or give it away or throw it away because my partner doesn't like it, even if I like it. And so, some of you out there might be used to having someone around all the time or feel like you can't be alone. But being alone, like I said earlier, with someone is pretty devastating. Sitting there craving for them to know you, craving for them to know who you really are, but not being able to be your authentic self because actually they wouldn't like who you really are, right? So, and it's funny because in the first couple months and stuff, it might seem like that, oh yeah, we're into new age stuff, we're into spiritual stuff, we're into witchy stuff, we're into, organics and the woods and animals, and we got all this stuff in common, and it's just so great. And then we get together and we have nothing in common. Apparently that was all just a ruse, right? And then you just stay year after year after year. I was talking to somebody today about it, about the relationship stuff is like dessert first, right? You meet somebody and they go out of their way to look a certain way, I'm into like permanent date night, like, having a nesting partner, having a bestie that that you can count on, like if you're sick or you don't feel well or you just want to laugh or you just want to do all these things, but that you have another person that's your lover. That's what works for me in my mind's eye, because then I can be on, be like, okay, I'll dress a certain way, smell a certain way. I go to a movie, go to dinner, go to the beach, go somewhere for a weekend, stay a couple nights together and be on, and just really enjoy that as a date and as an on, but not have, bills and not have everyday meals and all the things that drag you down to where you're not really lovers anymore. You might be really good friends and you might laugh and play and have fun, but then you've cut off that side of you that's like, wants to just go dancing and be lovers and be have fun. And then, you might wear a shirt and be like, well, I know they really like this shirt on me, because you want to do that as a date night. But as a way of life every single day, when you're living that, you can't maintain that all the time. And so you're oppressing yourself when you're constantly trying to be on. I don't know why I went on that tangent, but I like that idea. And living with someone together but separate, independent lives. You definitely have own rooms, probably not even lovers, just really, really good friends, and check on each other when you're sick, and watch movies together and have meals together when you want to, not like at every night we have to go, well, what are we having tonight? Well, I don't know, what are you cooking? Well, I don't know, what are you cooking? Like, that's too much for me. I like to eat when I want, and sleep when I want, and I don't like to have a certain routine because that's what someone else needs to do, or if they're a morning person, or I want to just go with my own rhythms in my home. But I can, make an exception, once a week or once a month, and, like go out on a date or something. But I can't live that day in and day out. And so to have both of those things would be ideal for a gal like me. Anyway, so here we are in New Earth. Isn't that a cool ring? I just love this ring. And so, you're as free as you let yourself be. And you can experience all the new of everything. You're going to experience it even in your oppression. Even if you stay in all that I just said, you're still going to have a new financial system. You're still going to have things are going to open up to you where you're able to be more free. But in order to really catch that wave of that higher timeline, you have to be willing to be your authentic self, and you have to be willing to stop bullying yourself. Stop putting yourself down for your weight or your body type or your interests. Just be you. And if you're around people that are critical of you being your real you, get away from them. Kind of a simple formula. And of course, follow your highest excitement, which, the Bashar stuff on that is really cool. But it doesn't mean that you just do whatever you want and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It's follow your highest excitement with an integrity. So you're not oppressing someone else. And your highest excitement in that moment could be turn right, turn left, could be eat this over eat that. It doesn't have to be big things. It's just that you're staying in that free will, free choice, highest excitement energy. And so you're drawing more of that to you. And that draws more and more of your authenticity to you. And it's also your guide of your excitement towards something, or curiosity is your guide of your higher self, reminding you of the mission that you came here to Mother Earth to do. And so now, as we move into this next phase, really, trust yourself and trust your intuition and talk to spirit and remove the dead wood from your life and ask your spiritual entourage to comfort you. Ask the Pleiadians to make you laugh. So a little side note here, when you go to a Akashic reader or past life reader, they only read for you your experience in lifetimes here on Earth, in different dimensions, different aspects of yourself. They don't read like where your Pleiadian history or your Orion history or Sirians. You are a starseed. You are a light worker. If this video is coming to your realm, you are definitely a light worker or a starseed, or someone who just really enjoys watching every word I say because you love me so much. Bye for now.